Two dads, one kid, and a life-changing lesson. What if everything you were taught about money was only half the story? Picture a young boy growing up with two father figures. One is highly educated, works hard, plays by the rules, and struggles financially his whole life. The other never finishes college, thinks differently about money, and becomes rich. Same kid, same world, two very different philosophies. That contrast is the heart of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki, a book that has changed how millions of people think about money, work, and freedom. Today, I'm going to walk you through the core ideas of this book in a clear, friendly, story-driven way so you truly understand what it's about before you decide whether it's worth your time and money. So grab a mental cup of coffee and let's begin. The Two Dads. Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two strong male role models. Poor Dad, his biological father, highly educated, a government employee, financially insecure. Rich Dad, his best friend's father, a businessman, self-made, financially independent. Now here's the twist. Poor Dad wasn't poor in values or intelligence, and Rich Dad didn't start out wealthy. The difference wasn't income, it was how they thought about money. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people are trapped in a simple cycle. Work, get paid, pay bills, repeat. Rich Dad taught Robert something radical. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Think of money like an employee. Most people work endlessly but never hire their money to do any work. Fear keeps people stuck. Fear of not paying bills, fear of losing a job, fear of taking risks. So they cling to safe jobs even when those jobs slowly drain their time and freedom. Rich Dad's lesson wasn't don't work, it was don't let fear control your financial life. Lesson 2. Assets versus liabilities. This is the most famous and misunderstood lesson in the book. Rich Dad's rule was simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. That's it. No fancy math. Examples. Assets. Rental property. Businesses that earn without your daily effort. Stocks that pay dividends. Intellectual property. Liabilities. Cars, they lose value. Big houses with huge mortgages. Credit card debt. Here's the shocker. Your house is not automatically an asset if it costs you money every month. Most people buy liabilities and call them assets. The rich buy assets first, then let those assets pay for their lifestyle. Lesson 3. Why the rich get richer. Ever wonder why tax laws seem to favor the wealthy? It's not luck, it's knowledge. Employees earn money, then get taxed, then try to live on what's left. Business owners and investors earn money, reinvest, reduce taxes legally, and grow wealth. Rich Dad emphasized learning, how money flows, how taxes work, how businesses are structured, not to cheat the system, but to understand it. Schools teach people to be great employees. They don't teach people how to build wealth. Lesson 4. The problem with go to school, get a job. Poor Dad believed in job security, promotions, pensions. Rich Dad believed in financial intelligence, flexibility, ownership. Kiyosaki doesn't say education is bad. He says traditional education is incomplete. You can earn a high income and still be broke. Doctors, lawyers, and executives prove this every day. Why? Because earning money is not the same as keeping money. Lesson 5. Mind your own business. This doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow. It means keep your job, but build assets on the side. Your job pays your bills. Your business or investments build your future. Rich Dad focused on building asset columns, real estate, businesses, paper assets. Poor Dad focused on climbing the career ladder. Different ladders, different destinations. Lesson 6. Working to learn, not just to earn. Most people choose jobs based on salary alone. Rich Dad advised something smarter. Work to learn, not to earn. He encouraged Robert to learn sales, marketing, accounting, leadership, even if the pay was low. Why? Because skills compound, just like money. One skill can unlock dozens of opportunities. Lesson 7. Fear and cynicism hold people back. Why don't more people invest? Fear. Fear of losing money, fear of looking stupid, fear of failure. Then there's cynicism. That won't work. It's too risky. Only rich people can do that. Rich Dad believed mistakes were teachers. Poor Dad believed mistakes were disasters. One mindset grows, the other freezes. Lesson 8. The power of financial literacy. Financial literacy isn't about numbers. It's about understanding cash flow, knowing what grows wealth, making informed decisions. Rich people don't avoid problems, they learn how to solve them. The more you learn, the less scary money becomes. Lesson 9. Why most people never get rich. Kiyosaki lists a few common traps: fear of losing money, laziness, choosing comfort over growth, bad habits, spending first, investing last, arrogance, thinking you already know enough. The book isn't judgmental, it's honest. We all fall into these traps. The difference is awareness. Lesson 10. Start small, think long term. You don't need to be rich to start, you need to start to get rich. Kiyosaki encourages small investments, continuous learning, patience. Wealth is built step by step, not overnight. The bigger message of the book. At its core, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is not about getting rich quick. It's about freedom, choice, control over your time. Money is just the tool. The real goal is a life where you work because you want to, not because you have to. Final wrap-up. What should you take away? Let's bring it home. This book teaches you to question traditional money advice, learn the difference between assets and liabilities, build income streams that don't depend on your time, take responsibility for your financial education. You don't need to agree with everything in the book, but if it makes you think differently, it's already done its job. If this summary sparked your curiosity, if you want the stories, examples, and deeper explanations, I kindly recommend picking up Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki on Amazon. Reading the full book gives you the complete experience and lets you decide what lessons fit your life. And remember, every day we bring you one clear, honest summary so you don't waste your money before knowing what a book is really about. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in our next interesting summary audiobook.